Okay, done an update on using the zone output, zone 2, to the Dolby CP500. First I noticed the level input was like very soft. It still is a little bit soft. I mean, I had to take a bit of while to figure out, and I found these settings. So I practically had to boost the level just to get it more or less acceptable, but I've got to adjust. I've got to put a runner. I've got to run one of the THX laser discs with a sine wave tone to adjust the levels here. That's non-sync 1, and that's non-sync 2. That's running on the PC computer or directly RCA, phono to RCA to the back, or I can still run, you know, through HDMI through the internet onto the monitor. I could still run it that way, so the sound audio is a little bit more, well, sort of cleaner sounding. Well, just less noise, because you're going to get a bit of noise through your RCA, just a little bit. So I've just got to adjust these. I can't just do them now. I've got to oops, dial mode. I just got to set it up with but if I turn the fader up, it's a little bit of level indication, but it's pretty low. So that's running there. But if I switch over to here, I'll just fade that line level down. See, if I turn this, it doesn't affect the zone level. So if I go, yeah, I've got to turn it back up.
To a meeting with Admiral Agura, which will not last more than 3 minutes. Report to me on the Enterprise in 1 hour. Report to you, sir. It is my intention to be on that ship following that meeting. Report to me in 1 hour.
Hang on, what's going on there? Let's check that out. Okay, so switch out of that. Let's try. Ah, right, gotcha. It was the yeah, and I've been noticing a bit of strange funny with the DSPs on these AVRs. This audio goes distorted, but I sussed out something when switching through menu settings. Like, if I randomly just went down to, which mode is it? Surround parametric, and just switch the spread and then switch it off again. Yeah, the sound then becomes undistorted. There's some sort of glitch. I'm not sure if it's with mine. It could be most probably in the software of the Marantz SR 6012, or maybe all of them. But when you randomly, sometimes frantically or whatever, randomly switching through the mode settings, you might notice the sound suddenly going distorted. Just go to one of the audio parameters and just select, I don't know, surround parameter, and just go to center spread, or if it's playing digital, because it does it on digital sometimes. I can't remember if I went to the dialogue one and just switch one of those settings, or you can just turn the AVR off and switch it back on, and then problem solved. But there is a glitch. There is a funny. I'll just fade that down. I'll just go back to traditional Dolby Stereo. But I've got to get those. I've got to get those levels, so I'll do that in another video. So I've got to get the THX Laserdisc running. I had a bit of problem with the Laserdisc player recently. It's been out of funny. I think it's maybe an alignment of the laser it needs to be, or there could be some sort of voltage problem. But I fitted a new spindle motor into it, so, and then problem still existed. So I thought, it's not the spindle motor that's wearing down and showing age. It's something else, and it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Not yet. Not for 4.5 billion years. Not unless we blow ourselves up. But then the world will still exist. This solar system will still exist until the sun's fuel runs out and then wipes out, annihilates this entire solar system with every life in it. Or on the planets. This planet. Because the other planets, as far as we know, don't know yet, do we? We can only observe or get kind of near, but not really scrutinise it, you know what I mean? But I think scrutinising, bad, especially scientists. Especially the government ones, if you know, get my meaning. Anyway, I won't go there because it depresses me. Anyway, so there might be a glitch, I might have a slight, I might have to hit the player, typical with every video you see where people are hitting them just to make the damn thing work, because it's probably a dry joint, and don't think that's a dry joint. I think it's an alignment, because it's when the laser goes onto the top side sometimes and it's tracking across the disc. It looks like the disc might be, or what the disc is sat on, it's slightly maybe out of balance. It's not 100% counterbalanced. It's slightly drifting, and then the laser just, I notice it taps down on too close to the disc, and then what happens is goes back up, and then the laser tracks backwards, and then it comes forward again, and then starts trying to pick up where it missed off at, or it would just stop. Yeah, so I think it's a little alignment problem. Probably happened, I don't know, it's down there, it's a bit dark in the picture. Probably happened maybe due to maybe other equipment sat on top of it. Doubtful really, because it's built like a bloody tank. Unlike this plastic shit you get today. And I could do that in another video, because stuff like this, it's got and that, I think that's metal there on that consumer Pro Logic, and these are all metal, that's definitely for sure. And this THX monitor is built like a fucking tank, built like a chieftain tank. It is bloody heavy. Unlike these crossovers, they got plastic bloody fronts there that can get shattered or cracked. The rest of it's made of metal, but damn, do these things get hot. And the THX, it stays cool. And if anyone's been to a THX cinema, a real decent one with JBL professional speakers, you know what I'm bloody talking about, because you're not only hearing, you're feeling the damn thing pressing against your chest with alarming dynamics that you think, damn, I don't even get this anywhere near in the home. And this is a large room, for crying out loud. And I'm in a small room at home, it's kind of the opposite. There's something missing. There's something, no, these things stay damn cool. Got two of them. They're absolutely nice. They're great for monitoring, great for checking your sound inputs and outputs to from amplifiers onto a spectrum or real-time analyzer or an oscilloscope. absolute priceless, because you can't do all that with a common AVR today, I'll tell you that. You gotta stick a load of other things on it just to make it come near. But oh no, I only have to do a little wiring up and bam. At the moment it's wired up to the microphone, so only the microphones are wired up in the room on the preamp, which is switched off at the moment. Otherwise I can swap the lead around on the PC, and then I can see the frequency response on the RTA of and then do a comparison. Yeah. Oh. This fader dial keeps drifting. It's typical with some dials, they tend to drift after a while. But they don't sound scratchy. Okay, you know, unlike, you know, these ones, you know, where over some time, or you know, with climate conditions and use, home, there might be dust and all sorts of things, and it all gets in because there's dust all over this room. You only need a laser, boom, and then you can see the dust floating around in between the laser beam. If you watch that what's it, that recent Alien film Covenant, where they use lasers, real lasers actually, because you can tell they're real lasers and not optical effects, because you can see all the little dust particles floating between the laser. They use green lasers, yeah, green lasers, which I got as well. So yeah, you put a green laser and you can see how much dust you got in your room. If Howard Hughes had a laser back then and saw how much dust he had in his room, I think he'd panic. he'd want a white room, which frankly I wouldn't mind as well, because I wouldn't have to keep wiping it up all the time. Because what happens? Gravity pushes it down and then it settles. Whether it's up there, on foam tiles, the carpet, oh god. Carpets are a hive for dust and dirt, and especially if you got a flea problem, which I've battled many times, and I've won the battle. You know, carpets are like a fucking hive for dust. You don't want laminated floor, because that would just make the home cinema sound shit. Because you're just going to get bloody reflection everywhere in the fucking room where you don't even want it. You don't want a fucking rug on the floor. You want the fucking room carpeted. Period. But, you know, you got to vacuum every damn day. Period. And if you got fleas, you got to vacuum 10 times a day. Period. The more you do it, the more you get rid of them. And fleas don't last long. They got a short lifespan. Vacuum, 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 suck them up, dump them down, empty the fucking container out down the toilet, flush the fuckers away. Get rid of them. And then they'll drown. They're not going to live on my cat's blood. Not my cat's blood! Not my cat's blood! Anyway, my rambling, fucking hell, this video is going to take a while to upload. 15 minutes, crying out loud. Anyway, that's it. I'll do another video later in the day.